by making mistakes.
Okay, so hello, Richard. So, hello, dear friends. Today we'll continue getting ready for a job interview and we'll continue covering questions. So, our next question is describe what you do in your current position. Richard, could you please help us and tell us what can be included in this answer?
Certainly, Tatiana. Uh, Obviously, you can give a brief outline of your current role, maybe the management structure, who you report to or who may report to you, a brief outline of your duties. Now, the key thing I think here is to emphasize the key duties and skills that you use in your current position, which are going to be directly applicable to your new position, hopefully, if you're offered the job. So it's really a case of showing your new employer, your potential employer, that you already possess the experience and key skills that they are looking for in the job role that you are applying for.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. So, as a professional traveler, so could you please tell us what are the main basically responsibilities that you have? Mm-hmm.
Well, as a regular traveler, I have to make sure that I am prepared for each trip. That involves planning beforehand, having knowledge of the areas that I'm going to be visiting, knowing the currency, how to apply for a visa if they're required, qualifications for that visa, knowledge of transport links so I can move around within the country or area that I'm going to, and also what to do if I have a problem. So, familiarizing myself with all the elements within that country and the culture of that country, and hopefully maybe learning a few words of the language that is going to be used in that country in case my impeccable English isn't understood as well as I would like it to be.
Oh, wow, what a detailed description. Okay, all right, thank you so much. So, moving to the next one. Why are you leaving or have left your job? So, could you please give some basically ideas?
Okay, so obviously, with all these answers, you're trying to emphasize the positive aspect of your answer. So, if you are looking to leave your current employer, presumably either you have reached the upper limit of your current role within the organization you are working with, you have a need for a new challenge, for new opportunities, for better career prospects, so that you can advance elements of your current job role, or maybe you are looking for a challenge in a different direction. It's very important, whatever the reason for your leaving is, you are going to make it clear to your prospective new employer that this is a positive step, that you're not just leaving your current position because you don't like your manager or you don't like the company. You have to make sure that you're emphasizing that this is a positive step and that you regard your new potential employer as a better place for you to progress your career.
Mhm. Thank you so much for the answer. So let's move to the next one. So, what do you like to do outside of work? As a professional traveler, so what do you like to do outside of your work?
Well, as a professional traveler, my work is my hobby. So everything that I do within my traveling is, I think, are elements that I enjoy doing. But when looking at your own life, think of the things that you enjoy doing that you can list. But more importantly, think of the things that you like to do with your time that have skills that are applicable to your workplace as well. So if you enjoy uh, doing crosswords or jigsaw puzzles, or you enjoy murder mystery books, you like to solve problems. So you can emphasize how this sharpens your mind so that when life or work gives you a problem, you are very good at analyzing the problem and coming up with a good solution. And this can be applied to sports or any kind of hobby, working with the community, or even planning the family holiday. If you are taking your family on holiday, you know that there is a lot of planning to do. And so if you're a project planner, you are ideally placed to make sure that your family has a safe and enjoyable holiday.
I see. Thank you so much for a great example. Okay, all right, so let's move on. Describe a difficult work situation or project and how you overcame it.
Well, this is one of those questions that you can almost certainly expect to answer from a prospective employer, because they really want to see where you have used your work skills to overcome difficulties. Most of those difficulties will come with deadlines and with stressful situations, so that you have to think very quickly and you have to be very flexible and adaptable. So before you go for an interview, you should try and think of 2 or 3 examples from your work where you had to deal with a situation that had a tight deadline. Maybe it was a project that was given to someone else, or a piece of work that was given to someone else and is then passed on to you at a late stage. So you have very little time to analyze the problem. You have very little time to prepare the answer, but you have shown the skills necessary to do that. So think of the skills that your new job will be looking for from you, and think of how they relate to a problem that you overcome, so you can give a perfect answer.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, and the last one for today is there anything that you would like to ask me? So what kind of questions a person can ask while trying to get a new job?
Well, this is again a question that will almost certainly get asked of you. Now, the thing to do with this is to have done some research into the job role that you're going to be doing, which hopefully you will have done anyway, because unless you understand the job role, you don't really know whether you really want the job or not. So in this, there are 2 key elements. One is to ask some question or questions about the specific information relating to the job role within the new company. It might be personal issues like how much leave, how much sick pay, what are any benefits that the company provide that are not specifically listed in the job role or the job application form that you completed. The other is to show your knowledge of the company and the structure by asking questions. For example, which line manager you report to, whether there are any employees that report to you, what is your job role within the structure of the business, how many employees, where are the locations, will you be working in one place, or maybe there are several different locations that you may have to travel around to work at different sites depending on the demands of the job. So this is your really big chance to ask specific questions, because if they offer you the job, you will have need to make sure that you are fully aware of all the implications of the job role and the benefits, and that will give you the ability to decide whether you really want the job or not.
I see. Well, thank you so much for your thoughtful answers. So we'll take all of them into consideration. Thank you so much for your help, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.
You're very
Bye-bye.
welcome, Tatiana. Goodbye.
Bye.